internet is full of dumb and strange conspiracy theories, but today, let's look at some of the weirder ones. I'll put a link to part 1 at the end of the video, just in case you missed it. Starting off strong with the theory that Finland doesn't exist. Starting its life as a reply to a Reddit thread on the topic of the scariest things your parents have ever told you. So yeah, starting off with a reliable source. The reply being that his parents told him that Finland does not exist. Gonna struggle to keep a straight face throughout this one. This claim quickly gained traction and spread throughout the internet, as many dumb theories do. Whether it be due to its obscurity or people genuinely believing it. Finland deniers, that's something I thought I would never say, allege that the world's maps have been altered as part of a UN conspiracy theory to keep people believing that Finland truly exists. But what about the people of Finland, I hear you ask? Well, apparently the Finnish people are actually from small towns in eastern Sweden, western Russia, and northern Estonia. But why would anyone make up a fake country? I'm not sure you're ready for what I'm about to say. It was the Japanese. Of course. Due to overfishing in Japanese waters, the Japanese were no longer able to fish enough to meet demands. So they hatched a little plan. Allegedly. The accounts of the timing of this are blurry, so apparently this was towards either the end of the Cold War or World War II. Not off to a good start, are we? The Japanese agreed with Russia to tweak the world's maps in order to introduce a new landmass that in reality wasn't there. The area indicated as this new landmass was actually the Baltic Sea, where the Japanese could now fish without regulation and are supposedly doing so to this day. Supposedly all of the fish that was caught was sent through Russia via the Trans-Siberian Railway. Like I said, it's believed to still be happening today, with the fish arriving in Japan disguised as Nokia products. You'd be pissed if you ordered a phone, opened the box, and saw this. If anyone from Finland is watching, please let me know what you think about this theory. Dying to hear it. Let's move on to one you may not have heard of before. The terrifying theory of black helicopters. Helicopter. May 7th, 1994, a black helicopter pursued a teenage boy for approximately 45 minutes in the town of Harrisonay, Louisiana. I don't think I pronounced that right. Spelled like this. That place. The helicopter being plain black with no markings of any kind of organisation. The boy claimed that the occupants of the helicopter descended from the aircraft and aimed their weapons at him. Merely weeks later, a group travelling by car near Washington DC claims they too were chased by a black helicopter, chasing their car for several miles. The helicopter's occupants then once again dropping a rope ladder with men in black uniforms ascending whilst heavily armed. Luckily for the group though, a sudden heavy build-up of traffic forced the helicopter to retreat. But even weirder, in 1995, a helicopter of the same description was seen flying low near a farm in Nevada, supposedly spraying an unknown substance as it did so. Now, it is reported that in the coming days, the farm experienced extensive damage to nearby vegetation, and the sudden deaths of a dozen of the farm's animals. Yet again, in March 1999, several sightings were reported in the Pittsburgh area, the majority of them being within the same 30-minute time frame, one being said to have hovered over the same residential street for 5 minutes. Every single day for 3 weeks. Apparently those that took pictures or videos of these said black helicopters were visited by men in black uniforms. Sound familiar? Being told to leave the area, not tell anyone what they saw, and eventually confiscating those people's cameras. Is this just a military training exercise or something more sinister? Now, you thought I would do a conspiracy theory video without talking about aliens? Come on, you should know me better than that by now. Let's look into the theory of alien big cats. There have been a multitude of sightings and reports of these so-called big cats in places such as English Moor, a Scottish Glen, and a Welsh Valley. People in these areas claiming to see what they describe as gigantic beasts roaming the wild, saying they are recognisable to that of a cat of unnatural proportion. These conspiracy people like their big words. I don't like saying them. They are believed to be alien big cats, but of an earthly origin? That doesn't quite make sense. With the theory stating that they are most likely to be discarded circus creatures, illegally imported collections, and animals from other travelling shows that were abandoned. They are supposedly pumas, cougars, not that kind of cougar, and various other jungle cats that have been abandoned in the wild and have grown to be feral. It goes on to state that the more recent sightings may be hybrid cat creatures, breeding with indigenous creatures, producing this new species of alien big cats. Still wouldn't make them alien, so There are suggestions that these alien big cats are bulletproof, don't know how you came to that conclusion, capable of leaping near impossible heights and distances, and of course they have the ability to disappear. How convenient. And with eyes that shine a bright red, like something out of a goose. Just like something out of a Goosebumps book. Now let's finish this video off with one of the most infamous assassinations of all time. The assassination of John Lennon.
Kill John Lennon! Kill John Lennon!
John Lennon, one of the most famous musicians in the world, was gunned down outside his New York apartment on December 8th, 1980 by Mark David Chapman, a fan who was captured in this photo of Lennon signing an autograph for him on the same night that he went on to take Lennon's life from him. But is that what really happened? This one's kind of crazy, by the way. Lennon was known to be very politically active, perhaps the most politically active musician at the time. American authorities made it difficult for Lennon to obtain a green card, as they claimed him as undesirable due to his reputation as a known drug user. They supposedly feared that granting Lennon residence in the US would lead to him voicing his skepticism on then-President Ronald Reagan and his policies, with his influence leading to millions siding with him and replicating those opinions. Here's the crazy one. Now, this story claims that best-selling author Stephen King, yep, that's Stephen King, killed John Lennon and simply paid Mark Chapman to take the blame. Now, bear in mind, Mark Chapman is still in prison to this day, so how much would he have had to pay him? 40 odd years in prison. Now, weirdly enough, Chapman had actually previously approached Stephen King shortly before the murder to ask him for a photograph, later going on to claim that he originally intended to kill Stephen King, but simply did not have the confidence to do so. But you can kill one of the biggest musicians in the world at the time instead. But people say he was actually meeting King to discuss their plan of having John Lennon killed. So what do you think about these stories? Real or pure fiction? I want you to let me know in the comment section down below what is the strangest conspiracy theory that you have ever heard. As always, thank you so much for watching. I've been harrisonay and I will see you when I see you.